Have you ever tried to speak English but suddenly got stuck? You knew the words, but they just wouldn't come out. Maybe you hesitated because you were afraid of making a mistake. Or perhaps you translated your thoughts from your native language, but they didn't sound right. This is a very common problem for English learners. You may understand English when you read or listen, but when it's time to speak, your mind goes blank. It happens to almost everyone learning a new language. The good news is that this can be fixed. In this detailed guide, we will explore all the reasons why you get stuck while speaking English. More importantly, we will provide step-by-step solutions to help you overcome this problem and speak fluently. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced learner, this guide will help you unlock your confidence and start speaking naturally. Why you get stuck while speaking English. Full explanation and solutions. 1. Fear of making mistakes. Why does this happen? One of the biggest reasons people get stuck while speaking English is fear. Many learners worry about making mistakes, sounding silly, or being judged by others. This fear creates mental pressure, making it hard to speak freely. For example, if you are in a conversation and suddenly forget a word, instead of continuing, you panic. You stop speaking, thinking, "What if I say something wrong?" This hesitation breaks your flow and makes it harder to continue. How to fix it. Change your mindset. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes. The key is to keep speaking without stopping. Surround yourself with supportive people. Speak with friends, teachers, or language partners who encourage you instead of criticizing. Use simple sentences. Don't try to use complicated grammar. Speak in a way that feels natural. Record yourself speaking. Listen to your own voice and note areas for improvement. Over time, this will build your confidence. 2. Thinking in your native language. First, why does this happen? If you always think in your native language and then translate your thoughts into English, your sentences will sound unnatural. Every language has a different sentence structure. Translating word by word slows you down and often leads to incorrect sentences. For example, in English, we say, "I have a blue car." But if you directly translate from some other languages, it may become, "I blue car have." This delay in structuring sentences makes you hesitate, and you get stuck. How to fix it? Checkmark. Train your brain to think in English. Start small by thinking of simple words in English throughout the day. Describe what you see in English. Look around you and say, "The sky is blue, I am drinking coffee," etc. Use simple thoughts first. Instead of trying to form long sentences, start with short and easy thoughts in English. Watch English videos without subtitles. This helps your brain understand English directly instead of translating. 3. Lack of vocabulary. Why does this happen? If you don't know enough words, you might struggle to express yourself. You may stop mid-sentence because you don't know the right word to use. For example, if you want to say, "I need to repair my phone," but you don't know the word repair, you might hesitate and say, "I need to, fix, my phone." How to fix it. Learn commonly used words first. Focus on words you need for everyday conversations. Use flashcards. Apps like Anki or Quizlet help you memorize new words easily. Practice using new words. Every time you learn a new word, make a sentence with it. Read more in English. Books, articles, and even social media posts help you learn new words in context. 4. Not enough speaking practice. Why does this happen? Many learners focus too much on reading and writing, but don't practice speaking enough. Speaking is a skill. You must use it often to improve. How to fix it? Speak aloud. Daily. Even if you're alone, practice speaking. Read a book out loud or describe what you're doing. Find a speaking partner. Use language exchange apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. Join English-speaking communities. Participate in group discussions, online forums, or language meetups. Talk to yourself in English. This may sound strange, but it's a great way to practice. 5. Overthinking. Before speaking. Why does this happen? Some learners try to form a perfect sentence in their minds before speaking. This overthinking slows them down and makes conversations awkward. How to fix it? Speak without worrying about perfection. Focus on communication, not grammar. Use short, simple sentences. Instead of struggling with complex structures, say things in an easy way. Practice. Quick thinking. Set a timer and try to describe an object in 30 seconds. 6. Lack of listening practice. Why does this happen? If you don't listen to enough English, you won't be familiar with natural speech patterns. This makes it difficult to respond quickly in conversations. How to fix it? Listen to English. Every day, use podcasts, audiobooks, and YouTube videos. Use the shadowing technique. Listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it to improve fluency. Watch movies and TV shows. First, use subtitles, then watch without them. 7. Low confidence. Why does this happen? If you believe that you are not good at English, you will hesitate to speak. This lack of confidence stops you from improving. How to fix it? Be positive. Tell yourself, I can speak English. Celebrate small wins. Every time you speak, even for a few seconds, appreciate your progress. Practice in a safe environment. Speak with supportive friends or teachers. Record yourself. Listening to yourself helps you track improvement. Practical exercises to improve your speaking. 1. Daily speaking practice. Describe your surroundings in English. Talk about your day before sleeping. Read a paragraph aloud every morning. 2. Role-playing conversations. Imagine ordering food at a restaurant. Practice small talk with an imaginary friend. 3. Shadowing exercise. Listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it. Copy the pronunciation and rhythm. 4. Rapid response drills. Ask yourself random questions and answer quickly. Example: what did you eat for breakfast? Answer immediately. Advanced strategies to overcome speaking barriers. If you've already tried some of the basic tips but still feel stuck while speaking English, don't worry. Now, we will go deeper into advanced techniques to help you speak more fluently and naturally. 8. Developing automatic speech. Why does this happen? Many learners get stuck because they have to think too much before speaking. Native speakers don't think about grammar while talking. They speak automatically. If you rely too much on rules, your brain will slow you down. How to fix it? Practice common phrases and collocations. Instead of learning individual words, learn how words naturally go together. Example: instead of memorizing take and decision separately, learn make a decision. Use sentence patterns. Learn full sentence structures that you can reuse in different situations. Example: I think that learning English is fun. The reason I study English is to travel. Increase speaking speed with drills. Repeat short sentences quickly until they become natural. Practice with real-life situations. Simulate conversations you might have in daily life. 9. Using fillers to avoid pauses. Why does this happen? When you don't know what to say next, you pause too much. This makes your speech sound unnatural, and you may feel embarrassed. How to fix it? Use fillers to keep talking. Native speakers also use fillers like, well, you know, actually, let me think. So, basically, practice speaking continuously. Try to speak for 30 seconds without stopping, even if you use fillers. Use bridges in conversation. If you forget a word, don't stop. Say, another way to say it is. It's similar to example. Conversation without fillers. Yesterday I went to the store with fillers. Yesterday I went to, well, actually, let me think. Oh yes, I went to the store. 10. Expanding your expressive range. Why does this happen? If you only know a few words, your speech will sound limited. You may repeat the same words over and over, making it harder to express yourself fully. How to fix it? Learn synonyms and alternative phrases. Instead of always saying good, try great, fantastic, amazing. Example: basic, I am happy. Advanced, I am thrilled, or I am over the moon. Use idioms and phrasal verbs. These make your speech more natural. Example: instead of I am tired, say I'm worn out. Play word substitution games. Take a sentence and replace words with different expressions. 11th. Improving pronunciation and accent. Why does this happen? Sometimes people don't understand you because of unclear pronunciation. This can make you hesitate while speaking. How to fix it? Listen and imitate. Copy native speakers' pronunciation by mimicking their tone and rhythm. Use tongue twisters. These help improve clarity. Example: she sells seashells by the seashore. Break words into syllables. If a word is difficult, say it slowly in parts before saying it quickly. Use a pronunciation app. Apps like Elsa Speak or Forvo can help you hear correct pronunciation. Watch your mouth movements in a mirror. This helps you adjust your articulation. 12th. Handling fast conversations. Why does this happen? Native speakers talk fast, and if you're not used to it, you may not understand them. This can make you nervous and unable to respond. How to fix it? Checkmark practice. Listening to fast speech. Listen to news reports, podcasts, or TED Talks in English. Focus on keywords instead of every word. Instead of understanding every single word, catch the main idea. Ask for clarification if needed. Use phrases like, "Could you repeat that, please? Can you say that more slowly?" Watch movies and repeat lines. Pause and repeat after the characters. 13. Building your social confidence. Why does this happen? Even if you know English well, speaking to new people can make you nervous. Social anxiety makes you freeze in conversations. How to fix it? Start small. Practice with one person before speaking in a group. Use role-playing. Pretend to be in different social situations, e.g., ordering at a cafe, making a phone call. Smile and use body language. This helps build confidence and makes conversations feel natural. Don't worry about your accent. Accents are normal. As long as people understand you, it's okay. 14. Using music and movies to improve speaking. Why does this help? Listening to natural English in songs, movies, and TV shows helps you learn rhythm, intonation, and expressions. How to fix it? Sing along with English songs. This improves fluency and pronunciation. Repeat movie dialogues. Choose a movie scene and practice speaking like the actors. Watch with subtitles. First, then without. This trains your ear to understand fast speech. 15. Creating an English-speaking environment. Why does this help? The more English you surround yourself with, the faster you'll improve. How to do it? Change your phone language to English. This forces you to see English every day. Think in English all the time. Describe everything you do in English. Write a daily journal in English. Even a few sentences will help you improve. Join English-speaking groups online. Find Facebook groups, Reddit forums, or Discord channels where you can chat in English. Final challenge: the 30-day speaking plan. If you really want to improve, try this 30-day challenge. Week 1. Build confidence. Speak in front of a mirror for 5 minutes every day. Record yourself reading a paragraph in English. Learn 5 new words daily and use them in sentences. Week 2. Improve fluency. Have a 10-minute conversation with a language partner. Watch an English movie and repeat lines from it. Describe your daily routine in English. Week 3. Expand your speaking skills, practice storytelling. Tell a short personal story in English. Join an online English speaking event. Shadow a native speaker's speech for 15 minutes. Week 4. Speak without fear. Have a 15-minute conversation with a stranger in English. Speak continuously on a topic for 3 minutes without stopping. Create a video of yourself talking in English and watch your progress. Hi, my name is Alex. I want to share my experience with learning English. I was always good at understanding English. I could watch movies with subtitles, I could read books, and I could even write essays. But when it came to speaking, I couldn't do it. Whenever I tried to speak, my mind became empty. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't find the words. I felt embarrassed, especially in front of others. My pronunciation was not good, and I always felt like people would laugh at me. One day, my teacher asked me a question in English. I knew the answer, but I couldn't say it. I just stood there, silent. My heart was beating fast, my hands were sweating, and my face turned red. The teacher waited, but I said nothing. Finally, she moved on to another student. I felt so bad. I wanted to disappear. After that, I avoided speaking in English. I would pretend that I didn't know the answer, or I would speak in my native language. But deep inside, I wanted to speak English fluently. I wanted to express my thoughts freely, without fear. One day, I met my friend Sarah. She was very good at speaking English. I asked her, "How do you speak so fluently? Don't you get nervous?" She smiled and said, "Of course, I was nervous in the beginning, but I practiced a lot. You have to practice, Alex. Speaking is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it becomes weak." I thought about her words. She was right. I never practiced speaking. I only learned grammar and vocabulary, but I never actually spoke. That was my mistake. So, I decided to change. I made a plan for myself. First, I started talking to myself in English. I would describe my day, my feelings, or anything around me. At first, it was difficult. I made many mistakes, but I didn't stop. Second, I started thinking in English. Instead of translating from my native language, I tried to form sentences directly in English. This helped me to speak faster without hesitation. Third, I found a speaking partner. Sarah and I started having conversations in English every day. She corrected my mistakes, and I learned new words naturally. Fourth, I recorded my voice. I listened to my pronunciation and tried to improve it. Fifth, I stopped being afraid of mistakes. I realized that making mistakes is part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. After a few months, I noticed a big difference. I was no longer stuck while speaking. Words came to me naturally. I became more confident. I started speaking in class without fear. And the best part? People understood me. Now, I want to tell you this. If you are stuck while speaking English, don't worry. The problem is not your intelligence, it's your practice. Don't just learn English. Speak it. Every day. Talk to yourself, think in English, find a speaking partner, and don't be afraid of mistakes. English is a language, not a test. The more you use it, the better you become. If I can do it, so can you. Days passed, and I kept practicing. I spoke to myself every morning while getting ready for the day. Today, I will wear my blue shirt. I have a class at 10 a.m. After that, I will meet Sarah. Simple sentences, but they helped me think in English. One evening, Sarah called me. "Alex, do you want to join an English conversation group?" "A conversation group?" I asked. "Yes. It's an online group where people from different countries practice speaking English together. You should try it," she said. I hesitated. Speaking in front of strangers? That sounded scary. What if I made mistakes? What if they laughed at me? Sarah seemed to understand my hesitation. "Alex, remember when you couldn't even speak a sentence? Look at you now. You talk to me every day in English. This is your next step." She was right. I needed to challenge myself. So I joined the group. On the first day, I felt nervous. People were introducing themselves, and soon it was my turn. My heart pounded. I took a deep breath and said, "Hi, my name is Alex. I am learning English to improve my speaking skills." And guess what? Nobody laughed. Nobody judged me. Instead, they smiled and welcomed me. That moment gave me confidence. Day by day, I started speaking more. I listened to different accents, learned new phrases, and made mistakes without feeling embarrassed. One day, the group leader asked me, "Alex, you have improved a lot. What's your secret?" I smiled and said, "There is no secret. Just practice, practice, and practice." From that moment, I knew I was no longer the boy who was afraid of speaking English. I had become a confident speaker. As days passed, I felt more comfortable speaking English. The fear that once controlled me was slowly fading away. I started enjoying conversations in the group. I even made friends from different countries, some from India, some from Brazil, and even a few from Japan. One day, Sarah and I were sitting in a cafe, talking about our English journey. She smiled and said, "Alex, do you remember the time you couldn't even say a full sentence in English?" I laughed. "Of course I do. I used to freeze every time someone spoke to me in English, but now it feels natural." She nodded. "You see, it's all about practice and confidence. You don't need perfect grammar, you don't need a big vocabulary, you just need to speak without fear." Her words made me realize something important. It wasn't just about English, it was about overcoming fear in life. How many times do we stop ourselves from doing something just because we are afraid? How many dreams do we let go of because we think we are not good enough? That night, I sat in my room and thought about my journey. From being a shy boy who couldn't speak a single sentence to someone who now enjoyed conversations, it was a big transformation. But my journey wasn't over. I wanted to improve even more. I wanted to sound more natural, more fluent. So I started challenging myself. First, I began watching English movies without subtitles. At first it was difficult, but soon I started understanding the dialogues. Second, I started reading English books aloud. This helped me improve my pronunciation and speaking speed. Third, I started thinking in English all the time. When I was walking on the street, I would describe things in my mind in English. The sky is blue. The road is crowded. That man is wearing a red jacket. And then, something amazing happened. One day, my college organized an event where students had to give a speech in English. Sarah immediately said, "Alex, you should participate." "What? A speech?" I panicked. "No way, Sarah. Speaking in a group is one thing, but standing on a stage in front of everyone, that's different." She laughed. "Alex, you've come this far. You talk to strangers online. You can do this." I wasn't sure, but deep inside, I knew she was right. This was my next challenge. For the next few days, I prepared my speech. I stood in front of a mirror and practiced. I recorded myself speaking. I corrected my mistakes. Finally, the day of the event arrived. My hands were shaking as I walked onto the stage. The audience was staring at me. My heart was racing. But then, I took a deep breath and reminded myself, I have practiced for this. I can do this. And I began. "Hello, everyone. My name is Alex. Today I want to share my journey of learning English. As I spoke, I felt the nervousness slowly disappear. The words flowed naturally. I was not stuck. I was not scared. When I finished, there was silence for a moment. And then, the audience started clapping. I couldn't believe it. I did it. After the event, people came up to me and said, "Alex, your speech was amazing. How did you become so fluent?" I smiled and said, "I just practiced every day." That night, I sat in my room and thought about how far I had come. From a boy who was afraid to speak to someone who gave a speech in front of a crowd. It was unbelievable. After that speech, my confidence reached a new level. I no longer hesitated when speaking in English. I no longer feared making mistakes. I had proven to myself that I could do it. But my journey wasn't over yet. There was still more to learn, more to improve. One evening, while walking in the park, Sarah called me. "Alex, do you remember our English conversation group?" "Of course," I replied. "That group helped me so much." "Well, the leader of the group is leaving and they need someone to take over," she said. I stopped walking. "Are you saying—" "Yes, they want you to be the new leader," she said excitedly. I was shocked. Me? The boy who once struggled to speak a single sentence? Now, they wanted me to lead the group? "But Sarah, I'm not a teacher. I'm still learning," I said hesitantly. She laughed. "Who said you have to be a teacher? You just have to guide the conversations and help others the way you improved yourself." Her words stayed with me all night. I thought about the people in that group, how they were just like me when I first joined, struggling with confidence and afraid to speak. Maybe I could help them the way others helped me. So, I said yes. The first session I led was nerve-wracking. I wasn't sure how to guide the conversation. But then I remembered my own struggles, and I started with a simple question. What is one thing that makes you nervous when speaking English? Everyone had different answers. I'm afraid of making mistakes. I don't know enough words. I think too much before speaking. And that's when I realized they were all stuck in the same place I used to be. So I shared my journey with them. I told them about my struggles, my fears, and how I overcame them. And as I spoke, I saw something in their eyes. Hope. Week after week, I guided the group. I encouraged them to speak without fear. I gave them small challenges, like telling a short story in English or describing their day. Slowly, I saw them improving, just like I did. One day, a girl in the group, Maria, messaged me. "Alex, before joining this group, I was too scared to speak English, but because of you, I now feel confident. Thank you." That message made me emotional. I realized something important. Learning English wasn't just about improving myself. It was also about helping others overcome their fears. Months passed, and I continued leading the group. My fluency improved even more. But most importantly, I had helped others find their confidence. One day, Sarah and I sat at our favorite cafe. She smiled at me and said, "Alex, do you remember when you used to be afraid of speaking?" I laughed. How could I forget? She leaned forward and asked, So, what's next? I thought for a moment. My journey of learning English had changed me. It had given me confidence, new friends, and a new purpose. And then I said, maybe I should start my own English speaking club, a place where people can learn, practice, and grow together. Sarah's eyes lit up. That's an amazing idea. You should do it. And that's how a new journey began. My dear friends, if you ever feel stuck while speaking English, remember my story. I was once afraid, just like you. But I kept going. I practiced every day. I made mistakes, but I learned from them. And now I am helping others overcome their fears. So don't give up. Speak every day, no matter how hard it feels. Because one day, you'll look back and realize you made it. And when that day comes, maybe you'll be the one helping others, just like I did. Keep speaking. Keep learning. Keep growing.